archery is rapidly growing in popularity in schools across the country. Many schools take part in the National Archery in the Schools program. In this program, students are taught fundamentals and safety issues of archery. Here is a brief overview of how to shoot a bow using these fundamentals. Before we begin, we must first identify the parts of a bow. The type of bow we will use is a compound bow. This is called the cam. It will be at the end closest to the ground when we shoot the bow. This is called the wheel. Notice that it is shaped differently than the cam. This is the grip, the part of the bow onto which we hold. Our next part is the string. This is what we pull back or draw when we are shooting. On the string, you will find a knock locator. This is where our arrow will attach to the string. Above the grip is the rest. This is where the arrow sits on the bow. The sight window is the part of the bow we look past when we are aiming at our target. This is an arrow, and it is as important to know its parts as it is to know the parts of a bow. The part of the arrow that everything fastens on is the shaft. The point is the end of the arrow that pierces a target. The knock is the end of the arrow that attaches to the string of the bow. These are called vanes. Their job is to stabilize the arrow in flight so that it flies in a straight line. Notice one vane is colored differently. This is called an index vane. We will discuss this more later. The first step in shooting is to grip the bow as shown. This shooter shoots left-handed, so the bow is held in the right hand. Our next step is to place the knock of the arrow under the knock locator. When doing so, be sure the index vane is away from the bow. The shaft of the arrow will also lay on the rest of the bow. With your other hand, place 3 fingers under the knock of the arrow. Notice the string is on the knuckle of the 3 fingers. Next, close fingers around the string. Your feet should be shoulder width apart, perpendicular to the target. The foot nearest the target should slightly point toward the target. With all these steps followed, the shooter will raise the bow and stand in the pre-draw position. The shooter will draw the string to full draw. Full draw is achieved when the index finger is at the corner of the shooter's mouth. When at full draw, this is the shooter's view. The tip of the arrow will be placed at the spot the shooter wants the arrow to land. When the target is sighted in, the shooter releases the string and follows through as shown. When we put it all together, here is our result. The shooter grips the bow, nocks an arrow with the index vane facing outward, places the shaft on the rest, places 3 fingers under the knock, positions feet properly. The shooter will pre-draw, draw, anchor with index finger in the corner of the mouth, aim the bow,